Yo, what is up guys, it is FullySpaced here, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make this cool little duo multiplayer house style base. Basically, it's two little circle huts or towers next to each other, and they kind of cross over, and it allows you to get this really cool little multiplayer base that I thought of. So today, I'm going to be showing you how to make that. So first off, I started with a basic circle. So you go you start with 3 blocks. Then you go 1 diagonal, 3 again, and you basically do that all the way around to make a circle. If you don't know how to do that, just look up the circle diagram for Minecraft on Google, and it will show you the documents there. Then I started playing around the walls. I was just using stairs with spruce wood and cobblestone just to give it a bit more detail. So I had stairs in there and just normal blocks, allowing you to create this base early game. Because stairs and cobble, spruce, wood, things like that are super easy to get early game, so it's really easy to do. Sadly, the only downside to this is it's just a lot of crafting. If you want to make it, you got to craft a lot of stairs and things. As you can see on the walls here, I've made a lot of designs, which give it just a bit more feel to the building really. And then as you can see here, I've built this tiny little bridge that crosses over from one building to another. I just continued building the building up and then added fences on the diagonal parts of the build, just to give it a bit more detail, and started playing around with a roof. Here actually I was like, no, I didn't really like that, so I brought the roof in by 1, then realised it looked even more stupid, so I went back to the original design, and this looked a lot better in the end. If I added a bit more detail, which I did to it, you actually see it comes out looking a lot better. So I added the stone walls to it later on, as you will see, and it will actually allow me to make these little lanterns just outside of the building to give it a bit of life. So as you can see here, I've just done your basic stairs going around the building, and built that all the way up with a slab on top in the middle. Then I started playing around with slabs underneath the roof, and I didn't really like the look of it, so I actually replaced that later on and used these stone walls that you can see here, and just built them at random lengths, and then filled in the gaps with spruce slabs all the way around, just so it gives it a bit more detail. As you can see, playing around with the stone walls actually allowed me to create the lanterns, as you'll be able to see here, and they're the spruce slabs that I was on about, just placing them in between and leaving a gap just to give it a bit more detail. And it's just a bit more creative than leaving the house with a flat roof, because it does look quite boring. I was thinking about adding a roof to the bridge, so I just started playing around with that for a bit. I think in the end I actually didn't quite go with that. I just added some fences to look like it was being held up. Yeah, so that was what I did for that part. As you can see here, I was just literally playing around with lights, building it up, and just making the build light up a bit and look a bit more, just brighten the actual scene of the build. So actually here it looks pretty dull with just 2 houses, so I actually went along with adding a joint path from one building to another, so you can come out one door and you come out another door, and you have your own paths that lead out of your houses. So it's like you have your own street or little village area. And as you can see, I'm starting to build the foundations of this little path here. And this is actually the main gate to the path. As later on you'll see, I actually build a little overhang on the wall, or like a overhead build. So like you walk underneath it. It's like a little bridge. It looks really cool in the end. So here I started adding flowers and just more trees and natural life to the build, just giving it bringing it a bit more alive, and making it look like it's being well maintained and looked after. I actually added a custom tree directly in the middle of the path, so as you walk down from the entrance, we meet at the middle where the tree is. This could be considered like an old tree that may have been here for a long time, and it's run through the family, so they've left it here. The build itself, it just added a bit more detail, so I went along with that. Obviously you can add lore to it, which I was doing there. And yeah, custom trees just look a lot better than me just planting a normal tree and being like, yep, there's a normal tree, enjoy that. So I actually didn't do that. I was like, I don't usually build trees because I suck pretty bad at them. I'm so just picky when it comes to places. I just look at it and think, oh, the leaf shouldn't be there and there. But then I just, went on with it and tried my best here, and then decided to light up the area. So that's the final result of the tree there. As you can see now, I started the overhang at the start, or the bridge, that you just walk underneath, just to give it a bit more detail, like allowing you to enter. It looks more fancy if you build it like this as well. I actually mixed cobble and stone brick with this whole outside build, so it's like an outline of your path, so you know where you're walking. And as you can see here, I just started playing around with that, because adding a mixture of stones definitely brings out a lot more detail in builds. Adding a mixture of anything, for example oak and spruce wood, in the build just looks better as well. So like when I built the walls here, I used cobble and spruce. It just creates the build and gives it a bit more life to it, in my opinion. Also, usually using cobble and spruce as well, it does kind of make things look a bit more medieval. So as you can see here, I'm going to give you a little rundown of the place. So you walk through, and then you're greeted by the tree I was on about. There's a little bench here as well you can sit on. And you come around here. I've added some logs over there that have just got a rail over it, like they're tied down. Tiny little pond here. And if you come on to the other side, it's just a normal path with, yeah, it's exactly the same. They may not be shaped perfectly the same, because it would be a bit weird to have it exactly the same, in my opinion. I think having it look different is a bit more natural. But inside there is so much room for storage in here. For a tiny house, you can actually store a lot with spruce trapdoors, just to make them look like shelves. You can actually build this however you want. And then obviously in the roof here I added a load of barrels as well, you can see, which was a pretty cool idea. I didn't realise I could add those into the roof until later on. And in this one I actually added chests up here instead, as you'll see in a second. So that's the bridge there, and I had the fences holding it up on the side. This one I added chests in, so you can add chests in here. And obviously the upstairs is your bedroom. There were actually trapdoors to let you in and out of your room. So they're like little toll booths, and you can see there's loads of chests and your basic essential starting items in that first room. So obviously this makes for such a great multiplayer base, in my opinion. It is really cool and just like such a unique design, I think. I've seen a few designs that are pretty similar, but I really thought this was really cool, and I'm actually really proud of this design. So as you can see here, I'm just literally showing you around the build, just cruising around. And giving you a little overview of what's going on. So yeah, it looks, in my opinion, looked really cool. I'm really proud of this build. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to leave a like, comment and subscribe for more. And peace.